Hey everybody, my name is Joey Hammer. I am a content creator based in Chicago, and I'm going to walk you through a little bit of my time-lapse process. When it comes to time-lapsing, there is a lot that goes into the process. There's a lot of thought that goes into it, conditions, camera settings, locations, a lot. I'm not going to cover that in this. I kind of want to show you, once I have those images, how I stitch them together, how I make things. I'm going to create it on the spot with you so you can see step by step how it gets done. Let's dive in. We have all the images that I took. This is technically a hyperlapse because I'm moving my feet in between each shot. So if you look at the angle of the first shot of the, this is taken at North Avenue Beach in Chicago, you can see that everything looks centered. So by comparison, you can't tell, but I actually did move. I moved in steps each time, yeah. So as I click into a new one, you'll see that the frame moves, which means that there's gonna be an element of stabilization. But if I do have another video, I hope to go into another one about my process itself, and I can show you how I shot this, because a lot of the stabilization I do in the camera, meaning I do it when I'm out there to make my editing easier. Yeah, so I basically already edited them. They're in JPEG format. Now we're going to import them into After Effects. You can use really any editing program. I am most comfortable with After Effects right now. I've done most of my videos on my Instagram from it, so we'll just use it. I'm going to go into After Effects. I've created a new project and I'm going to import in those frames. I'm going to scroll to the bottom, shift, and then I'm going to import it as a JPEG sequence, which is telling the system, I don't want these to be individual images. I want these to all be connected into one video. And if I click play just right off the bat, you'll see that we're definitely going to have to do some stabilization. And there is a little program in here called Warp Stabilizer in After Effects specifically, and it does a really good job of stabilizing if it looks like this already. If it is not like that, you would be using what they refer to as a tracker, and here it's playing in regular motion, a little shaky. First thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to just see how a stabilizer works on this right away. So if I type in Warp Stabilizer, yeah, so now that I clicked Warp Stabilizer, it's just going to, you'll see it go frame by frame. It's just gonna take it all in and stabilize that thing. Right now, what was it? We have 110 photos, and when you convert photos to video, you really need to account for frames. You've probably heard of 60 frames per second. It's usually the highest that our phones will shoot in like normal 4K video. You also have 24 frames per second, which is very common. It's cinematic, and 30 is pretty much a standard. Even going down to like 12 frames per second, a lot of stop motion can be done that way. But the more frames that you have, the smoother your video is going to be. You don't always need it to be 60, 100, or unless you're doing something super, super slow motion. So for me, it varies on what I choose, but I would say for this, if we kept it at 30 frames per second, we're looking at a video that's only going to be 30, 60, 90, three and something seconds. So let's do that. We can keep that, but how you would look at it in here, if you're using After Effects specifically, is I would right click the composition settings. So there's two things here. You have your composition, which is like where your video editing takes place. You could have multiple compositions, and then footage is going to be the underlying assets. In this case, it's the stacked images together. For our composition settings, we have 30 frames per second, which is great. And then I want to make sure that the footage, if I go to interpret footage and main, you can see here that it's at 30, but you can always adjust. If I wanted to change the frames per second, I could. We won't go into that for this one. All right. It looks pretty nice. I mean, that's just one quick round of stabilization. I'm into it. And you can see the before and after. Before and after. Just with a click of a button. Pretty cool. Okay, happy with that. Now at this step, it's already in a good spot, right? We'll do the motion of it, and then we can go through and do some effects. I like to keep all my compositions separate. This is where you probably name them something normal. I get lazy, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna take it, I'm gonna drag it down to this, and this is nesting that composition into a new one. I think of it as versioning. So if you wanted to make changes to the stabilization at a later time, you have that underlying stabilized asset at the bottom. And as you do motion effects and visuals, you can go back to an older version and edit the underlying asset so that it doesn't affect your whole video. Let me just tell you, if you don't believe that it's necessary, try this without it and then get back to me. Let's do some speed stuff. So we're in our second composition here. We're gonna right click and go to time, enable time remapping. And right now it's at 0 keyframes. At the end here, it's at the 111. And I'm just interested in, why don't we speed it up a tad? Essentially what this is doing is I just sped it up by 50%. So if I play it, it's 50% faster. These are keyframe numbers here. I'm looking at keyframes here, but if you're more into time, we're only 1.5 seconds through. Okay, goes to there, and then it stops and goes back, and then it keeps going. Oh my God. I wanna show you another shortcut that I use in my videos. So if I move that keyframe over to 55, if I highlight both of them, copy, and I don't do anything else except I paste, what we have is a keyframe set at 0, another keyframe set at 0, and a keyframe that's set at 55 because I just pasted and moved it over. We don't want that. We can just right click this, go to keyframe assistant and time reverse keyframes. This is a very simple use case of doing it, but sometimes you will have a lot of elements and maybe I have a lot of different keyframes here and I want to reverse all of them. It's really a pain to go one by one. You can just select everything on the left side of your midpoint and then paste it at the center point and then do the time reverse keyframes, and then boom, you can save yourself some time. All right, speed ramping. Right now it's going at a consistent pace, and if you click this graph editor button, I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, you'll see when we select the time remap that it's just a straight line, just going up, down, because it's at the same pace, and we don't want that. So what we can do is we highlight these, and then the shortcut is FN F9, and that is adding this little, I don't even know what you call it, but it now turns it into a wave. So look at the wave. Woo! It's still a little bit choppy. That's because you may want to add some time interpolation, blurring, things like that. There's effects that you can do to help with it. This will actually make it even more choppy, but it's still kind of cool. All right, we have 2 steps down. Last one to go is I'm just going to drag this one more time and for another level, and we can go through maybe some effects that I would do. If we go to color correction, Metry color, here's where you can get creative with color wheels. If I wanted to maybe amplify around this time, the way that I look at it is, if we're starting at dusk, is this dawn? This might be dawn at this point because it's like 2 a.m. or whatever time it was, 3 a.m. or something. Let's start here, and what I would do, because I'm doing it, is go through the shadows and see, like, are there colors we can add in here that make it interesting? I kind of like ooh, the cold. We could keep going on the blue here, and then that's for the shadows. For the highlights, it's nice to bring in some more color of the city lights. Like maybe we keep it at like red, and then midtones, we're gonna get a little bit of everything in here. Okay, fine. We'll do that. If you want to see what it looked like before, looks like now, it's kind of cool. And I clicked this button right here because now we have a keyframe set, and we can kind of follow it. You know, we'll probably maybe around here want to take out what we did and bring in some more of that, yeah, that natural pink. And a lot of what I do is I just kind of experiment. And if you go too far with it, you can always pull back. So I think it's worth it to always try new things. Maybe not that. Cool. And then I really, really, really love the orange here. And from our lesson together, you know that at the half mark, 55, when we are 55 frames through, we're halfway. And in here, I kind of want to go and pump up some of that glow. Maybe not that much. We probably want to work with the midtones. And we may even want to cool off the shadows. Highlights. Ooh, what do we want? What do we want? You know, you don't want too much of the same color, and then you lose your emphasis. But it is turning day around that time. So... nah, we gotta keep it. We gotta keep it. All right. I changed my mind about the midtones. Can make it brighter. Okay. I mean, it does look closer to day there. I do also, just in general, want to, I forget where the saturation lives, so it's up here. I may want to adjust saturation too. So saturation is fine as is there. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Then it gets gross. And that is my favorite thing to do, is to experiment, because you really don't know what's going to happen. And a lot of my best work has just been accidental, not going to lie. Oof. Now here, I am not a fan of the oversaturation here, so I'm going to turn it back. Sure, 113, that sounds great. And then we will move over into here. Another, what is it? Control, whatever that button is. I don't know what it is. A tilde? Control, whatever that does. It opens up everything in here. It's a really nice shortcut. And if I highlight, let's see, I worked on saturation in here as well as the highlights and shadows. Now I can, again, do the control, paste, and then right-click, keyframe assistant, time reverse. And let's see what we've done together. I like it. Nice. This is it. I'm happy to go into more detail on how I did the shoot, more into my editing of the actual project. This is just, we're just scratching the surface here. There is a lot more that I want to share. And really what it comes down to is you. I want you to tell me what you like, what you don't, other than, you know, hate comments. Just keep me posted on what you liked about this. I would appreciate it if you shared this, if you subscribed, if you left a comment. I'm also going to post links of my workflow, so you'll be able to follow it step by step if you don't want to listen to me go on and on talking. But yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you for watching, and I am really excited to keep making these. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Sorry, I said that like it was like a phone call, like I was talking to someone. I genuinely meant it. I hope you have a really, really nice day. That was better, right? Okay, bye.